In my previous videos I showed how I built this tone generator which mimics the signal of the German Y-beam navigation system. And if you look on the oscilloscope you can see that I've got the generator on, and I have a little potentiometer here. If I turn that I can vary the signal. If you now look at the signal on the oscilloscope you can see that there's a blank space, then there is a slightly narrower band and then a broader band. So it's basically telling that we are on one side of the beam. If I turn the other way you will see that it changes to a blank space, a broad area and then a narrow area, which is the other side. If I'm exactly on the beam the two areas are the same width, yeah, the same signal strength, so that's about here. The piece of equipment that you see here is actually the FuG28 beam receiver. This is the receiver itself. This part is called the Auswertegerät, the AWG, and that interprets the radio signal and basically unscrambles this signal into a left-right signal. And that left-right signal is shown on these instruments here and also on the instrument here. And during the demonstration I will zoom in on that a little bit. I'm going to switch the equipment on, which makes a bit of noise. And the first thing you notice is that there's a little indicator turning around here. That is part of the switch and sample mechanism. Basically the FuG28 tries to synchronize on this signal. It's not currently switched on yet, but if I switch on the high voltage on the FuG28, you will now hear a clicking sound, and you will notice that this thing is no longer turning smoothly. It stops basically at the top of the revolution, and that is basically showing that it is actively synchronizing on the signal. I will now first of all zoom in a little bit on the oscilloscope and the instrument here, and you will see that the instrument is near the middle, slightly indicating right. If I now turn my potentiometer here, where are we here? If I turn this to change where we are with the signal, you can see that the signal is now changed into a narrow, broad, blank signal, and you will actually see that the indicator here is indicating left. If I slowly turn it in the other direction, you will see my indicator instrument is turning to the right. And now we are having a wide, narrow signal. The little instrument on the left is actually the output of the AWG28 that you hear working in the background. So you can now see that it is very sensitive on the left-right. If I turn it and put it in the middle, there we are. Slightly off. I can very finely adjust it, and now you will see that there's no difference between the first and the second part of the signal. The two are equal, and that means we're actually flying on the middle of the beam. And this is what the pilot would see on his instrument, so he would know he would be flying on the middle of the beam. So here we actually have the complete system basically at work. It's reacting to the beam signal, showing whether we're left and we're right.